Good morning, everyone. Today we have a recording for Saturday, August 9th. The seasonal focus says the bountiful harvest is gathered. The morning focus is our earthly mother. The deepening says hold grapes or other late ripening fruit. Make this a part of your next meal. And the meditation says the richness of my mother's garden surrounds me on this morning. The nature forces toil unendingly for me, and I am blessed. The elemental kingdom, which guides and nurtures the plants and trees, is yet another manifestation of my mother's love for me. And I, within my kingdom, do what do I guide and nourish as I return the gifts of love? Today I will bring the spirit of abundance to all with whom I interact, just seeing them abundantly as an aspect of God's love. And my feelings are I'm happy this morning. I slept really well and I woke up naturally, and that always makes me happy. Okie dokie. So now let us see Magdalene's beautiful channeled message. Hold on, I just want to check on the day to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, perfect. So today we have day 221. So in the Course of Miracles, it's called part 2. And the section says, what is forgiveness? And for lesson 221, it says the following. Lesson 221 says, peace to my mind. Let all my thoughts be still. Magdalene's channeled message. Greetings, beloveds. This is what would be considered the beginning of the end, dear one. This is where you will willingly bring yourself to peace, willingly bring yourself to love, willingly grant freedom through forgiveness to each and every aspect of your existence where you have believed in fault, where you have believed in shame, where you have believed in guilt and sin. And all you need do, beloveds, is come to stillness. Your mind has received lesson upon lesson, upon lesson upon lesson, and the review of you confirming over and over again, I am not a body, for I am free, for I am still as God created me, has created a pathway paved and lined with gold that allows you now to listen for that still, small, calm, quiet voice of God. As God speaks to you, God speaks to you of love. God speaks to you of truth. God speaks to you of the truth of you. And the truth of you is forgiveness. The truth of you is pleasure and kindness. The truth of you is only that which is ever meant to be, which is the presence of love in all circumstances. In order to reach the state of being, beloveds, you must allow yourself to listen, to go within to the stillness, and to bring peace and to bring joy to all circumstances. You may find judgments cross your path. You may wish that circumstances were different than they are. But, beloveds, you must come to understand that all circumstances are brought to you by God. For you to see God in each and every moment, even when you would wish something to be different than it was, even when you have desires that you feel that are not in alignment with God, if you can surrender to the stillness, if you can surrender to the breath of life, if you can allow yourself to breathe in and know that God is, and to allow yourself to exhale, and in the exhalation, what you experience is the I am presence of love, the I am presence of forgiveness, the blessing that you are, the blessing that each circumstance and each moment is in the universe. You will know that you are at peace, and you will know that you are at one with all that ever was. And that, beloveds, is the cycle of this journey. For you to come to know the stillness and the peace that God is, for you to listen and hear the voice that has been speaking to you. You will hear this voice beyond the body, for you have come to know that you are as God created you. And in that wisdom, you will always find the truth. So go with our blessings, beloveds, always. Know that you are the peace. Know that you are the pleasure. Know that you are the joy. Know that you are indeed the Christed being, as all are. And when you go within and you find that you are able to hear the voice of God, as it is spoken to you, constantly whispering love, you will know that you have come to the truth of yourself. So go now with our blessings, beloveds, with a peace that envelops you, and a peace that loves you, and a peace that exists within you. Recognize this voice, and you will truly be at home. Blessings to you, beloveds, and I will speak with you again. I don't know why, but that one was just absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, so, so beautiful. That was lesson 221. Peace to my mind. Let all my thoughts be still. Okay, I'm going to bring our beloved Magdalene forth with her gorgeous messages of peace this morning. Peace and love. Mm, mm. Beloved ones, at each moment of existence, there is a choice that was granted to each being through the granting of free will. And the choice is, will I love this moment? Will I embrace this moment? Will I find joy and happiness and peace in this moment? Or will I engage instead the turmoil, the grief, the anguish, the fear, the uncertainty, the insecurity? It is a choice that each of us make, beloveds. And when you have allowed yourself to clear enough of the madness of the mind that the ego has engaged, and you say, instead, I choose to engage with the mind of creation itself, you call upon the Holy Spirit and you say, Holy Spirit, I ask you to help me to choose God in this moment. I ask you to help me choose love and peace and joy and happiness. Then that becomes the result. But it is a moment of choice, beloveds. Yet there are so many minds that are on automatic, that choose the chaos, that choose to say, I fear, I do not know what to do, but yet do not pause long enough to say, please help me to see what I should do in this circumstance. Beloveds, the help comes when you ask, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? If you are faced with a circumstance where you do not know what to do or where to go, beloveds, inquire within. Go within and say, what would be the answer to this question? What would be the solution to this circumstance? How would you have me proceed? What would you have me say? Where would you have me look? You are not in this alone, beloveds, but yet there are so many beings that believe that they are. And the peace comes. How reassuring is it when you know that you have a mate, when you know that you have a friend, when you know that you have a bestie, you know that you have a buddy, when you know that you have a mother, a father, a husband, a wife, a brother or sister who will come to your aid, when you know that you have friends. Sahana Grace was given a swing by her sister as a gift years ago. And she has wanted this swing to be hung in the yard of her mother so that she may swing upon this swing. It is something that brings her great joy. She was recently on a trip and she passed by a park and she pulled into the park and she went and she swung on the swing and it brought her the utmost joy. So she kept deliberating about how was it that she was going to hang this swing. And finally she reached out and she said, Holy Spirit, what would you have me do? And suddenly she was given the face of a childhood friend who lives nearby. And she reached out to him and she said, I have a favor to ask you. Would you please come and help me hang this swing? And he said, had no idea you were living back in Huntington. I thought you were still in Virginia. And she has been home for years. So she reached out and he said, yes, yes, of course, I would be happy to help you hang your swing. When you ask for messages, when you ask for assistance, when you ask for help, beloveds, understand that it will come. You are connected. If you think the trees are connected, you should see how deeply you are connected. There is so much help and so much assistance that wants to come to you, beloveds. And we are merely waiting for you to ask. And then Jim Dandy to the rescue, like you cannot believe. Everything that you want, everything that you desire, everything that you need is a desire that has been placed within your hearts and within your minds by Source itself. But it is not asking for you to do this alone, beloveds. It is asking for you to reach out and ask for assistance. It is very, very simple. Holy Spirit, could you help me to figure out this particular circumstance? Could you help me to understand how to make this thing work? Could you help me to accomplish this action? It is not incumbent upon you to do this alone, beloveds. It is quite the opposite. So when you reach out and ask and say, please help me to bring peace to my day, pay attention to the signs, listen for the voices, listen for the songs, see the signs along the way. What are the messages that are coming in? If a certain person is coming to your heart or to your mind, there is a reason for that. We love you. We are here to help you win at this game of life. May peace and joy and blessings be upon each and every one of you. Until we speak with you again, beloved ones. Oh. Hmm. Oh. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.